The morning after game two. Boy, Anthony Davis is getting eaten alive. It's all about what Anthony Davis didn't do. Interesting. In game one, he was phenomenal, and LeBron still got to share the limelight. It was what AD and LeBron did. Game two, it's just AD being crucified by himself. Welcome to life with LeBron James. Get ready to not get credit. Get ready to take all the blame. I bet AD would like to have Westbrook back now to take the blame. Let me add a little something to this. I went for a jog, a little bit more energized, and sometimes as YouTube is going through the list, unfortunately, I'll end up listening to Stephen A. Smith, and he was just eviscerating Anthony Davis. Not one person. All I want is one person, because they turn around and they praise LeBron James. I want one person to ask the question, why can't LeBron James, in his supposed greatness, spread the floor for Anthony Davis? Why can't he help Anthony Davis when the Warriors have clearly decided to focus on shutting down Anthony Davis? That's supposed to be the night that your number two or your number three or your number four can take advantage of that opportunity. Clearly, the Warriors were concerned about Anthony Davis, and clearly their adjustments had an impact. You know, you can blame Anthony Davis. I understand that he has had a pattern of going up and down, but I imagine there's probably also a pattern of teams making adjustments. That's fine. Anthony Davis can take some blame, but someone at least ask the question, why a player that at least ESPN will continue to claim to be one of the greatest players, even at age 38, can't spread the floor for Anthony Davis or create opportunities for Anthony Davis? Can you at least ask that question? Maybe you have a great answer. Problem is, I watched the game. LeBron looks like he's resting his old ass 90% of the game. Yeah, he'll decide to show up every now and then and do something. But most of the game, nah. Most of the game, it's 4-on-5. 4 Lakers versus 5 of the opponent. And for anyone who thinks I'm just talking out my ass the way LeBron fools do, no. I watched and broke down the gameplay. I mean, LeBron is almost completely uninvolved from time to time. For example, deciding not to get back, deciding not to cross half court with the rest of the team and getting an extra rest and just sitting in the corner. And then when the team comes back down, continuing to just rest there in the corner. And I mean, not even acting like he's going to pretend to get involved in that possession, and then mostly uninvolved other times. But there's one other thing I want to say before I move on from Stephen A. Smith. More of the hypocrisy. So he starts out, he's talking about Klay Thompson. He starts out by praising Klay Thompson's big game 2. And then he talks about how Klay has had some really bad games over the season. And he also talked about how Klay didn't have a great game 1, 9 for 25 shooting. And I'm thinking, you are describing LeBron James. You are describing LeBron James throughout almost the entire season. Stephen A. goes on to say, you can't have 25 points on 25 shots. Man, anyone watching this channel knows that I have pointed out effortlessly, time after time, that LeBron James has had just as many points as shots, and sometimes fewer points than shots. This is so hypocritical. I could do an entire hour-long segment showing analysts describing LeBron James while ripping someone else. As we all know, the points is not the full picture. And the first thing I see is that LeBron James was a negative 27 for the Lakers. Wow. Negative 27. That's the worst on the roster. in the plus minus column. The other interesting thing is, and I'm not 100% correct on this, but it's like close. It's like 90%. When LeBron James is the leading scorer on the Lakers, it usually is bad news for the Lakers. And that was the case again tonight. I see that Rui continues to be amazing. Hachimura, who barely gets any credit. Hachimura, who I would happily take to be on the Warriors. Barely even gets a mention on the Lakers roster. Is it Anthony Davis's fault? I mean, it's clear that the burden is being carried by him. The weight is on him, which is the way it should be. I mean, he is their centerpiece. He is their best player. The problem I have is that while it's widely regarded that he is the best player on the Lakers, you still have ESPN and other analysts saying that LeBron is the most important person on the Lakers. I mean, they contradict themselves constantly. It's not like he had a horrifying game. He shot 45.5%. It's not like he missed everything. LeBron has way worse shooting nights regularly, and he's instantly forgiven. More so than forgiven, they just plain don't mention it. They just act like it didn't happen, and they talk about a different player instead. Focus on a different teammate's failures. Talk about a different player on a different team. Anything except for what LeBron is doing wrong. In fact, LeBron has been bad for so long that it's rare to get him up to 45.5%, which is what AD is being condemned for. That and his lack of attempts. Why didn't he have more attempts? Is it his fault? Is it credit to the Warriors? Why did Tristan Thompson play? Even Lonnie Walker played. I didn't know you could have that many people be active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 different people got on the floor for the Lakers last night. I guess 12 on the Warriors got playing time. Both teams really spread it. But I didn't even know you could have 14 people be active. So who's wow, Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba, the only inactive guy, their 15th guy. What the hell did Mo Bamba do to fall behind Tristan Thompson? Oh, Mo Bamba is injured? I had no idea that he was injured. Didn't hear anything about that. And they're just calling it ankle soreness, which I think they just give names to fake injuries so that people can be on the injured reserve list or something like that. Anyway, maybe he is hurt. Anyway, I see that in 2021-22, he was getting about 26 minutes a game playing in Orlando. And let's see, that dropped to 15.7 and then back up to 17 minutes. And now he's with the Lakers and not playing at all. So, I mean, 17 minutes isn't nothing. Orlando thought he was worth 17 minutes. The Lakers think he's worth 0 minutes. All right, now I'm rambling. That's enough.